Radiant team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 in the Best of 3 series in the Epicenter SEA Qualifiers, a low-bracket match between Team Rave and Towering. My name is Dragon Drop, I'm joined by Mopax, and this might be the last game for one of these teams. And that one team would be Towering here as Rave is up 1-0.
Reserve time.
Yeah, well, our lower bracket bonanza continues. Again, it's going to be the same bands, at least for now. The Sven, the Lone Druid, and then I believe it was the Enchantress and the Earth Spirit were the other two in the first phase. So it's going to be the Invoker band this time from Herring. So maybe then you're not too worried about banning out the PL, I suppose. And try and pick something else up for that mid lane. I know in their previous games they've had a couple different scenarios. They were the ones who brought up the Alk for mid lane. They had a really good Batrider. That was in their win against Warriors Gaming and played it like extremely well played. I was pretty impressed by the Batrider. They used it with a Spectre as well as a Darkseer, so they're pretty good. It was one of Yamate's better performances, and he absolutely crushed early. Like, he destroyed, I believe it was the Invoker in the mid lane. Like, totally crushed him. So, I wouldn't mind seeing Yamate on that.
Well, for now, we're going to see the Vengeful Spirit picked up by Towering this time around, recognizing that that's a pretty good hero nowadays. Able to provide a whole lot out of that support position with a pretty good stun with a bit of damage to it here, the minus armor and the swap potential, not to mention the extra damage that you get from the aura later down the line, helping your entire team scale quite a bit, very well in terms of damage later down the line. But Rave, they have 2 picks now. What do you think they will go for? Just pick up a strong hero? I mean, there's still the OD in the pool, they have been ignored completely in the last game. And for the Nature's Prophet, if they want to go back to that.
Yeah, I kind of like the Nature's Prophet in the first, honestly. Just with the way like they've opened up with the Vengeful Spirit this time instead. And I don't know if you grab the PL right now. I don't think you have to. Maybe heading back for one of their other mid heroes, like be it the Batrider for themselves, or in fact, it looks like they've also done an Alchemist lately. So these guys, a couple of funny similarities. They're enjoying a little bit of the more unique heroes. And, the other thing that I'll be interested in is like how the Drow's going to play in this time, because we will be seeing the OD. And, all right, I'm so glad, honestly, they went for this Witch. Not only because there's still like the Chen and the Enchantress left in the pool here for Tearing if they want to grab that, but the fact that the way Dirt played it last game was just real. Like, so well done.
It's not just the death walls later down the line. I mean, it's not always easy to find the right position, but he did find them, right? He was sitting in the trees. Some is waiting for the perfect timing, waiting for until someone that disabled that could have gotten him was taken out of the picture. Like the line with the bling is one of these prime candidates to try and deal with the Witch Doctor, canceling out that death ward. But he was just waiting for the right moment and the right place to drop down his death ward. But even before that, the chaos was pretty damn good as well. But yeah, he's going to be back on that most likely, but we are going to see that Batrider that you mentioned.
I'm so good, honestly. Like, jeez.
Hey, I called DOD, so we both got one.
That's true. So it's Mopax. You guys can find me on Twitter. Just like I can show up. I saw the talent list for you guys there. Epicenter as well. Hit me up. We'll have a great old time. Don't be shy. Come calling. I'm a big fan of Batrider up against the Witch Doctor, actually. This is one of the things that in my pub games, because I like playing Batrider, and if I see an enemy Witch Doctor, I'm always thinking about that long-range disable. If I'm a support, I'm kind of thinking about, like, Glimpse, I think is a really good one that's kind of underrated in that scenario, because it can just make sure that you're going to be able to stop that channel. I love the Flame Break, because it's super long-range, too. Anything like that is very crucial, so that you don't end up like last game, where Derp just goes to town on you.
Yeah. So, problem with picking up the Batrider this early is obviously it would have maybe been banned out in the second phase. You kind of have to pick it here, but there's still 2 counters left in the pool. Vengeful Spirit obviously on their side, so that's not available for Rave. But as you said, they're still disruptive. If they want to go back for that, a little bit of extra team fight. Also, nice little setup for the OD. Just right click away if you catch a couple of heroes in that combo. Still Nyx Assassin actually if you want to go back to that, maybe for the offlane.
I was just about to say, yeah, the Oracle though is like the big one. Surprised they didn't ban it from Tearing, because you have not only the Batrider on your team, but it's known right now as probably best combo with OD in terms of like mid-game team fights. So shocking that banned it, and glad that Rave were able to pick it up there.
It's really powerful, not just with the Purge up against the Batrider, and the False Promise obviously breaking the last, I believe. Also the False Promise just at face value with the OD, just making sure that the OD cannot be bursted down. still gets the right click no matter what, and that's all you really need is EOD. It kind of functions in a slug in a sense that if you just right click enough, you're just gonna get the damage out, you're gonna be fueling up your ultimate, and in the Enchantress,
10
right? I mean,
seconds
normally you would
remaining.
say, alright, untouchable, pretty good against right click based heroes like the
5
EOD,
seconds remaining.
but every one of these right clicks hurts so much that you don't
Reserve
need a lot of
time.
right clicks. And there's still the ultimate to be able to burst it down. There's still the Witch Doctor Death Ward as well. There's the Oracle,
Radiant team
Oracle
pick.
Purifying Flames, which is a nice little nuke to try and deal with the Enchantress. So I'm not sure how I feel about this pick, honestly. But now with this Broodmother, is this an outdraft already?
It's looking pretty scary. They're gonna have to do some serious finagling here. It is gonna be the mid Bat Rider, so they could go back for the Tide Hunter or even the Axe if that's kind of more their unique flavor here. But it's gonna have to be something. I don't think, at least in the
10
games I've seen, they haven't been
remaining.
up against a Brood yet. So I'll actually take a quick peek. Yeah, it looks like they
5
have not
seconds
experienced
remaining.
the Brood yet on the side of tearing. So not sure what their preferred counter is. There are some teams that almost
Reserve
always go for the
time.
Axe. Some games that always go for maybe like an Ember Spirit instead. They'd rather just face it head on with the safe lane as opposed to trying to get their offlaner in the matchup. See, they have both options available for them, as it does look like safe lane and offlane are left, assuming this is the more common position for Enchantress. So it's not brutal, but the fact that your supports aren't ready, like you don't, that can be pretty brutal.
Yep.
Maybe like a safe lane Lina wouldn't be the worst thing. Ember's still there though.
Huh. Yeah, Ember could be a thing. Early on with the Flame Guard, later down the line with the Battle Fury and the Sleight of Fist. Better counters to the Broodmother, and there's no big silence coming out on Rave just yet. I mean, Broodmother can go for an Orchid build up to kind of flip the script on the Ember's Bird a little bit later down the line. Bit of help maybe from anyone else really on the side of Rave bursting him down. So it's not a safe pick by any means because Ember gets online very, very late compared to a lot of other heroes that we're seeing in the meta right now.
Yeah. I wonder,
Just maybe
Tough
go
call.
Off-Checker here.
No, they do run quite a bit of Lina. They do run.
10 seconds remaining.
It's probably like one of the bigger heroes. They'll go for the Doom. So, whoa,
Dire team
Uh,
back.
Ace of the Greed. I guess this would be like a dual offlane with the Enchantress. Well, actually, I guess they're gonna try and max that, or they're gonna try and use that against the Brood. Go with the Scorched Earth.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this,
10 seconds
honestly.
remaining.
And kind of have to
5
match Brutal
seconds
levels early on,
remaining.
right? Because early on Doom, level 1 Scourged Earth not gonna do too much.
Reserve time.
Because you definitely want to have the Devour as well. You need a couple of levels to be really effective up against up against the Spiderlings. But then again, Broodmother also needs a couple of
Radiant
levels
team
to actually
back.
get this army up and running herself. So it's it can work out. Only I feel if they can put some pressure on the Brood herself. And with Vengeful Spirit, you have some extra vision from the tower. You have a bit of lockdown, so if you can catch her out on the Sentry
remaining.
Ward a couple of times, then maybe it's not as bad as it
5
appears at face
seconds
value here.
remaining.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what they're gonna end up snagging here.
Reserve time.
It's a pretty. I guess Ember is like the only thing that really comes to mind as
5
being like
seconds
viable. Like,
remaining.
I don't know how well anything else is honestly gonna do. Brood. Banning the jug.
Okay, that would
Radiant team
have been
pick.
another hero that could have dealt with Spiderlings, but Rave up for themselves, which is
Thinking this
gonna
combo,
be-
man. This Legion OZ thing. Been seeing it a lot lately. Na'Vi picked it at Dota Pit. Seen it quite a few times in SEA from Fnatic. They like to go for it too. I think they even picked it at Shanghai, I want to say. I don't know. They've been picking it lately, at least. But it's a pretty cutesy little combo.
10 seconds remaining.
well,
Oh,
definitely.
decisions.
5 seconds remaining.
I think they're gonna pick Ember, and then Broodmother is gonna get an Orchid, and they're gonna win. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
but-
tearing.
Were there really any other options though for Towering? Not really. Not with the Doom pick out there already. But they're gonna have a tough road to climb, but they have to win this match. They want to keep their dreams of Moscow alive. As Team Rave, they're up 1-0 in this particular series, in this elimination series. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. You just missed game one. Team Rave took that. Very disciplined play. Very good play coming out from the support as well as the cores. Ryo
Oh man.
out of the middle lane, the Phantom Lancer position, pretty damn good.
Could have picked the Darkseer instead of a Doom. Still in the pool,
Yeah.
right? Could have had
Of course.
Darkseer, and then they could have led that into an Ember Spirit too. But here we
5
are.
seconds remaining.
Well, everyone's picked their heroes. Will everyone disconnect now? Doesn't even look like it. Wow. Okay.
Don't jinx it, man. Jeez. Are you crazy? What's wrong with
Prepare
you?
for battle.
I know it's early. Get your head in the game.
It's gonna happen anyway, if I jinx it or not. So it's like, what's the difference? But hey, not just yet. Not just. It leaves me to welcome you guys. If you're just tuning in again, my name is Dragon Job. I'm joined by Modpacks. These are the teams that are towering down here on the Radiant side this time around. We've got Sionix playing that one position Ember Spirit, looking to counter out Brood. We've got Ice on the Vengeful Spirit, and that's gonna be the Jungle Doom by the looks of it by NJ, not Ninja Boogie. That's someone different. Yamate on that mid Batrider, the famed and famous one. It leaves Ling playing that Enchantress.
Alright, well,
An
over for
off-lane
Rave.
Doom actually, yeah.
JO. It's gonna be on Legion Commander this time, position 1. It's gonna be Ninja Boogie on the Oracle.
30
Derp
seconds
rocking
to
it
battle.
once more on the Witch Doctor. Let me do a little dance. The Outpatients Clinic. Rayor is gonna be on your mid OD, and then it's gonna be Rappy. But on the Brood, the most hated of offlaners.
I know. I hate Techies Moise. Then again, Techies not really an offlane, it's not really a hero, so you can't really
Yeah,
classify
hero.
it. I played against Techies the other day, it was so infuriating. But yeah, I don't need. Let's not talk about that.
I actually haven't played against the Techie. The Master Nerf.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with. I actually not stand playing against that hero. Not a fan.
Well, there's two kinds of people in the world. Those that like playing Techies and everyone else. So I hate it. But yeah,
Yeah.
not gonna see that in competitive anytime soon, I don't think, outside of a very, very niche pick. Yep.
Ice, I like
Bottom
the
lane.
sentry ward that he placed in the trees here, and there was one
yeah.
already thrown down by the Brood though. Rappy able to get the observer ward they had planted up here, so that'll be nice for him. That won't be an issue for him, and it looks like it will in fact just be Ling playing up here. And the Enchantress, we'll see how much help he gets from NJ.
In this camp has not been blocked out by the looks of it, so where's the did they get a creep off of that? Look at themselves? I don't know.
Oh, it's
It
still
looked
there.
like it's yeah.
Oh, sorry, you mean the top one. Yeah, the
Yeah, I
dark
mean
side did
this
block
one.
it, and Jay comes and gets the experience from it.
Alright. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's gonna be that weird little position with NJ. That in a technical offline position with Ling kind of on 4 position, kind of roaming around, aggressively jungling perhaps a little bit. With his centaur now, trying to annoy the support, but they're doing the pulls in the stacks. This pull camp has not been blocked out, so it's still available.
Rappy, a little bit of a mistake here, it looks like, with the web. He can't get back onto it past that tree line. He already failed
Yeah,
once.
he has to walk back.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now, I mean, this other web is kind of being scattered out as entry ward. He can't really get as much levels as he maybe wants to, at least last hits. At least for right now, feels rather safe, trying to annoy him a little bit, trying to bring him up. Now even find the sentry. It's 2 tangos for it by the looks of it. It's misclicked
And
once
there's
with
one
the
more
3.
sentry left for Ice, who's gonna try and zone him away.
You have been denied.
Down spikes will start coming out. Will be not quite on that soul ring yet. Needs a bit more gold before he can push it up on the side shot. But once he has that up, that will be going on pretty damn frequently. That spidling, broodling, whatever you want to call it. That new
Top
now
lane
top
on
lane.
NJ.
Oh, he's got the Scorch Earth going. Level 1. Doesn't look like they have enough damage despite the lockdown from
Oh, they have the
NB here.
cask.
But now, oh, they have the cask hit out. NJ turns around. That's going to be your first blood as a result. Bit of a mistake here, I think.
close.
Whoa, god.
We got it!
No? Bam! Rip. Damage too, I mean it's level 1 Fortune's End. 90 damage, all it takes.
Honestly,
Doesn't
a
have
lot of
45
that,
health enchantress, so.
that might only, at least to me, gone down that way simply because of the fact that he's only getting the bird. Like, they haven't got a satyr. They got the wolf for the doom. They had a centaur at one point.
They're gonna go again. Nice little cast bounce into the lockdown, a couple extra right clicks here, and the nukes are there. They drop quite low, but it's
They're
coming
not getting the good
some munch on.
creeps.
Yeah. I mean, Alpha Wolf is nice, but in the early phase, you really want the Satyr if you can get it. Wild Wing is okay, but it's not really ideal if you're dealing with a bunch of magic birds as well.
Yeah, it's just like so useless it seems. And this mid lane, it's going pretty well, honestly. The fact that you're keeping this OD down, he's got 7 denies, but only 6 last hits and full wand up as well. So a kill's gonna be difficult here. Like with the way that he can astral himself up against a lot of sticking napalm charges. But Ling is smoked up. He's got some good creeps. It might just be the death of Derp. 160 damage. I don't know if he can quite get that. Ninja Boogie looks like he's ready for this as well. It might just be a little
Oh,
bit
they
of...
smoked out
into him!
themselves here. Now the cast comes out, will block the trees down, bounce back to Link, just trying to TP out. Is that gonna be enough? Maybe not. No, with the nuke from Ninja Boogie, they will be able to bring down that particular hero. And yeah, that looked like a setup on Ryo here, and it then instead just running into 2 supports that have more than burst damage to bring down this poor Enchantress. Creeps
bottom
can
lane,
get
they
some of
did
that
get the brood
sense.
as well.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, no. That's pretty small for the safe lane, so it ends up being a little bit of a trade and slowing down that brood. Obviously pretty good. Onyx hasn't picked up the next item. One would assume he's going to be going into the Battle Fury, but the question is, like, what does he get before? Does he want to go into the, like, Wand Aquila, or is he just thinking that I can get enough farm? Alright, he just purchased Aquila, so I guess he is. But at least that means no drums, more than likely, and then he'll just go straight into the Battle Fury, and I think that would be the way to go. I think he needs to get really farmed this game.
Do you still go for boot travel here on December?
I don't like it right away, actually, just because of, like, the, Legion Commander who's going to be into the Blink Dagger. I kind of like just getting that Battle Fury and maybe just playing it a little bit more safe.
Radiant's bottom
The dust.
Get the dust off into the stuns. Onyx with that 3 points up to the flame guard going. More than enough damage on top of these searing chains to deal with that brood. This is what you need to do, right? It's just...
Yeah, just keep shutting them down.
What? Why would you feed the spiderlings like that?
Mid lane tried to go in Reor, but...
God.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
magic
Yamate
wand.
though. Well, there's a cast coming out. I'll take this as well. Bit of a nuke. Not sure if that's actually going to be enough to save him. That's where the tango going. Oh, to bring him down, I should
Oh,
say.
Yamate?
Now, going
Oh,
back
come
in, yes. What the hell are you doing? He will stay alive, I guess. So I suppose he knows what he's doing, but... Could have been very, very dangerous.
Speaking of dangerous, Jay was about to crack 6 up here, so... You can see Ninja Boogie's just sitting nearby, just like, yeah, that's right, you come close. The duel will be there. Losing NJ
yeah.
back pretty hard.
So this top lane is going in favor of Rave. This middle lane... It's kind of been stabilized now a little bit, I suppose, with Yamate being zoned out. But still, this Batrider has been doing very, very well so far. It's now going to be right back. So OD, sure you got your levels, but you were talking about it earlier. Only 17 last hits, 25 for the Batrider. Exactly what you want, and sure you can have all the stick charges in the world up against the Batrider spamming up an napalm, but what does it really do for you as an OD? You still have to get really, really close to get any sort of harassment out, and that also means that you're exposing yourself to so much more stick napalm stacks, so much damage potential coming out from the Batrider instead. But now they get the imprisonment.
Oh, this would be a good
follow-up.
cast.
Nice little cast here, but not if you miss it. We get it off a little bit too late, but they still have some more help from either side. But now Onyx coming in, Flame Guard going here. They get the last one. Oh yeah, that should be the first one to fall. Here's Ninja Boogie. Well, maybe he's the one
Radiant's bottom tower.
falling. That's right, it's still burning here. Actually gets the kill to Yamate. Thought he'd be falling much earlier than he did. But
Yeah, they got a
in
little
the meantime,
greedy.
they did get to open it back as well. They're just a little bit too late to try and help out properly. It's still a 3-for-1 trade. Maybe not as good as it could have been for time, but still, they come out way ahead.
Radiant structures.
Yeah,
are
still something to be
fortified.
okay with. just see like Rio are not able to pump out that damage quite yet. Only 2 levels in the Arcane Orb now. It was 1 after the vast majority. And Ravi though, he does get that tower down bottom. They leave him alone.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah.
Suddenly your jungle is just under his control.
This is the most annoying thing about the Broodmother. You can kill her as often as you want. As soon as you leave the lane, it's just gonna take the tower. It's like a Dragon Knight in mids of old. Just had a pack on the other side or something like that. A hero that will want to rotate around. Dragon Knight just sticking around inside the middle lane, popping that ultimate to just chip away at the tower. It's similar for the Broodmother, albeit in the off lane. Now, as I said, the jungle is in trouble. These supports from towering won't be able to save here.
It looks like Jo is just gonna patiently keep farming up top until he has the Blink Dagger, and then I'm sure he'll be kind of joining up with the Brood maybe, and try and go for a couple ganks inside theirs. And he is past level 6. Crucial, just to make sure he's gonna have remnants to jump to. Gonna be hard for them to bring him down until they do get into that Orchid.
Seeing a bit of a rotation here, Ice as well as Ling smoked up, waiting for an opportunity. But Ninja Boogie in the side here doesn't quite have the false promise yet, but he still has the Edict. Trying to help out a little bit, along with the Purge, but Doom, he has his ultimate available too, so if he can get that off into the Oracle, it's something that you don't have to worry about whatsoever, but looks like Rave smell that something's up here. They rotate someone else up here, and it's gonna be Derp. Ready to go.
Blink Dagger is so close for Jo.
You can definitely understand Towering wanting to go for this, but they're not really committing too much. They've shown themselves in the lane now, so just they have to turn this into a tower push
Radiant's
instead.
middle tower is under attack.
Midas. Interesting. A little bit more greedy build. I wonder if he'll still go in for the Orchid, or if he's more interested in like the Dagon or something now. Wouldn't be a bad Dagon game, honestly.
Like your
Very
Orchid more,
Bulba-esque.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's got himself an Urus Rune, slowly but surely making that rotation up the top, perhaps? Just standing there. What's going on? I'm not lagging, am I?
No, he's standing there. I think he might have been thinking there'd be like sentries on the hill, so he's hoping he's gonna come back down or something. He doesn't want to give away his position.
Well, whatever the case, I mean, I feel like Tower can afford to play this passive, though.
Kind of. Like, the Ember is the main thing, right? Like, that's their big concern. I still don't know what he's going for. I guess he is going right for the Boots of Travel, but I don't know how effective that's going to be. I guess maybe with the Midas he's going to have a little bit more breathing room from the Brood, like, before the Orchid comes online, and... Let's see.
Well, Jo has a Blink Dagger now, as to mention, so there's more than enough lockdown if you get the Ember Spirit off guard. Inside the jungle, and obviously that's the domain of the Spider now for the most part. The only one that can really farm it right now is the Ember Spirit with the Flame Guard already, but...
Ice needs to be pushing this, I think.
Yeah.
It should be pretty obvious that they're not here. Like, you have the ward. I don't think they're smoked up for the...
Well, they're gonna go Blink, last on, Blink and duel onto Yamate. He will win that one. Jo might fall immediately here with follow-up. The Sion's coming as well. Doom onto Rai, wants that extra bit of damage off. The Flame Guard being purged up by Donkey. He doesn't get the Sync Chains off, so that's the OD goes down 3-for-1 trade now. They're still gonna go. Rappy in the side. Wanting to try and trade here. With the cast bouncing up, they will get ice.
Oh my god,
now.
this cast.
It's beautiful. Now the Daffodil doing a bit of extra damage, not enough to bring anyone else down low though.
Is under attack.
Focusing on Jay, obviously very strong right now with the Frank boots. I mean, a bit of armor to play with. 4-for-2 trade in the end, definitely. Once again, well in favor of Taring.
Yeah, Yamate did go down again though. So it's not gonna be helping out the Bat Rider too much, but it is pretty handy when you're this like position. I don't even know what position he is honestly at this point. no one's quite sure who's who, but he's getting himself right into those drums. Any important item, definitely just want to be stacking those auras. And it is the Boots of Travels here for Psionic, so it's going to increase his farm as long as he doesn't die. And now it's kind of on Jo, right? Like, he needs to be the one who's shutting him down, working together with his supports. And Death Ward plus Blink Legion is pretty terrifying.
Yep. Well, gonna have to make sure not to misspeak every single time here when especially when he goes on Yamate. Saying glass there because I'm so used to seeing that. I'm not really used to seeing the blink duel. Obviously, that's what you need to rely on. I mean, he did get the dual damage, which is ultimately what you really need to get out of these duels, as much as you can, or else you just don't scale as well as you should. Kind of the problem that I have with the LC.
They're gripping like they're gonna smoke, but oh, they do have the blink tag on Yante. Okay, I thought it wasn't brought out to him yet. Okay, we're good.
There it is. Lots of Styonix in the side. He's just farming up the creep zone. Looking for a pickup, maybe on the brood. Not the easy target to go for. Not the easy target to find in the first place for all these nets. But
Who's got the dust? The bat has it's being crucial, right? So the second it pops, see, are you over here? Oh.
yeah, I think Rappies knows what's up. Rave have been doing a very good job just reading the map, and now you can definitely see what's going on. The fire being dropped on the ground.
Oh, Legion's coming bot though. They wants to make the plays. Who else is coming?
Oh, it's TP, it's gonna be NV. There it is, Blink, duel on top of Ice here. They have enough damage here with the extra nukes they do. Only dual damage now. So I'll say in. Simple as that. Plane also kind of being pressured a little bit by Ryu. I still have so many issues saying that name. It's unreal. I'm really sorry, but hey, this OD pushed out top lane a bit. Now defending mid. Okay, NJ.
NJ?
He's being spotted out. There's help on the way. Not enough to duel for another 20 seconds, but still be able to grab the kill. Drop the Doom map onto the OD. Snowfall. Well, he will stay alive now. Damage maybe here.
Oh wow.
Chargers kind of helping him out there, and the Melodic's not enough to bring him down, so that's just a tanky Doom. Scorcher doing his work.
Yeah, at least they were able to tank the Doom on Rio and push into this mid tower.
Oh.
Oh wow, the solo kill.
Not what I expected, but
he didn't even have dust. How did that happen? He must have went on top of the bat and tried to kill him or something. Still, no, he didn't ulti though. What?
I don't know. This is really odd.
How's that even possible? So he was attacking creeps, he got blinked lassoed, and then threw the arcane rune and just massive. Oh, you know what? It's because how many to get off with the arcane rune. That's how.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Really low cooldown with it, isn't it? It's like 2 seconds, 2.25. Whatever.
You have to just like spam the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a couple on him. Oh, sure, that's pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, maybe TPing out wisely is Rave. Instead of going for the jungle, just gonna go straight for Roche. Lopping down some wards, still have a bunch of spiderlings here. Try and help out a little bit. Rappy's here too. This one's fun pretty damn quickly, obviously with all 5 of Rave here. And Towering looks like they may know what's going on, but they're not gonna be fast enough. They have another smoke to the Enchantress. But do they have any potential of actually contesting this, even if they wanted?
Well,
I mean,
guess not.
They've good single target, but when it comes to 5-man fights, they actually give the advantage here in general.
It all depends on how they start, right? Like on one side you have the Bat Rider, and the other side you have. Oh, it really is whoever gets the jump, and then after that it's the 2 defense supports and the Vengeful Spirit and the Oracle. They're extremely similar in a lot of their lineups, right? Like the way Duel kind of interacts and the way the Doom interacts, and the OD having to get a couple right clicks off before he kind of throws it on down. And it's kind of the same way the Ember Spirit has to keep getting a lot of slice. It's like general like damage over time, kind of. Same sort of way the OD kind of works. It's very interesting. They are rather similar. The big difference would be like the Mega Ultimate from Derp is something that you don't really see from Tearing, right? That's the it's gonna make the biggest difference, I think. Rior also looks like he's going into Link Dagger for more of this catch.
I mean, I like to build on the OD. I mean, what you really need to do is just keep on target, keep right-clicking, and Blink Dagger will allow you to do that. But now it's supposed to be Papa Yamata in the side. You blink from Jayo here. Gonna go and Doom. Not the easiest target to bring down. They need someone help. Derp. There it is. But Jayo is swarming though. Not quite just yet though with the false from staying alive. Yamata grabs Derp into the imprisonment. Lateral defense play there. Jayo has to get the hell out. But will not die. But he's not really able to continue to fight. Derp will be the first one on the side of Rave. Maybe not. He's still living. Oh my god! Again. living on like 5 health points, and now Ice and Ling, they're gonna try to be tracked down. A lot of nuking potential there from Ryo. If he had the blink dagger now, it would have been an easy kill. They're still gonna get it with the nuke from the Oracle, so it's a 2-for-0 trade. Even though both Legion Commander as well as the Witch dropped so low. There's just some great defensive plays there from not just Ninja Boogie but also Ryo there with that defensive imprisonment on the Lasto. Something that we haven't talked about, that something that definitely made the fight there as well.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that happen so much in games.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ember, he's gotta watch for that. Like, it's so brutal. Especially when he's still so far from that battle fury. But being up top as well, looks like the action's not quite over.
Up in front lines here, looks like he really wants to bring down Switch Stock. He has the heals going as well from Ninja Boogie, but it's not gonna be enough with all the nukes. So he will finally pay for his transgressions. Now, there's the turnaround. Ryo's there, Jayo as well with a blink. No duel just yet again, but they have imprisonment. And by a little bit of time here, Rappi is there. Let's need a bit of extra nukes here. That's still a chance with Untouchable. There's a swap back, stun onto Rappi. And what's his side? They know he's there too. He has to fly away on the wings of imagination. And now there's two coming out on. There it is, alright, easy win. Ryo might end up falling here, Baltimore's on top of him, he's still taking a lot of damage. That's a kill though. Now forcing out a buyback on Yamate. Still the Aegis, that's just the Aegis, so he's gonna come right back, but it doesn't look like this. The rest of the team is able to really save him, so he's gonna have to try and delay it a bit himself. Jibugi, of course, already.
To buy something.
Was it? It wasn't.
I guess he couldn't have it all anyway.
Yeah. Could have bought the blink dagger and lost less gold, I think. Buying it now.
Why did he end up buying it? He sideshot with enough money for the blink dagger and he didn't buy it. And he bought a TP scroll instead, and then he was like 10 gold under it and left. I thought he just was gonna go blink. I thought he was like in his mind.
Yeah, but it's a good item, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, lost more than he should have at this stage, but well, I'm gonna be happy here, fighting back, getting these crucial kills. Did Broodmother end up dying as well?
Radiant's
Sure.
middle tower is under attack.
Rappy had the Doom on top of him and walking back through this general area throughout the fire. I guess it was also net, so plenty of region coming out. I think he survived there.
Oh, that's right. And
yeah,
kind of back to what we were talking about, like the OD versus Bad Rider is something we've been seeing a lot of lately. It's the fact that you kind of have to jump the OD, because if you don't, he's an astral whoever does get lasso. Now the benefit is you still do pull them out of position. You just don't get the mega damage that's happening during the lasso as you drag them through the Firefly. But of course you have to watch out for the Oracle, and you have to watch out for the Legion Commander too. Like, they have so many debuffs and purges and ways to deal with this lasso that it's a really hard game for Yamate, and that buyback is just... He has 4 staff, he's even more useless and... rough.
They're in the jungle now, they might find Ling here, so smoke breaks on Ninja Boogie as well. So Jayo, they blinked in the wrong direction. Ling with the jukes, not even knowing what's gonna hit by looks to it. At least they get ward down. Here on the high ground. Man, this game, let's actually take a quick look at the graphs here. Rave ahead, not by as much as they maybe could have been. Towering doing a decent job of fighting back, they're even ahead in terms of experience. Goes to show, still, a lot of that gold advantage from Rave is coming from the towers in these games. They haven't lost a single one, but they've claimed all the tier 1s on the Radiant side.
Yeah, and this is a lot like last game too, where they took a slight advantage early, and then they just grouped up and pushed as 5, and that give, again, the experience lead was also Tearing's, I believe, at this point last game, because of kind of the way that they're playing this out, but it's been working, right? Like, they're forcing these fights that you want when this is the style that you are playing, and apparently they're wasting a little bit of time, not quite able to find that Ember Spirit farming up in the jungle like they're hoping. They do have the aggressive vision as well, so they're going to know if he comes down in the back camp, or the one that they're obviously stalking by now, and he is coming over. He's got the remnant now. They're going to see him. Alright.
They're going to collapse on him now.
They have the death ward.
But yeah.
Oh,
the dual
there's
help
is going to be a swap. Oh, they see them now.
Could have been good. Stands towering with the movement, will be able to keep the Ember safe if they know or not. I mean, at this point, it's more than obvious that something's going on. None of the lanes, well, none of the heroes of Rave really showing themselves apart from Rappy up on top doing his own thing. It's what you would expect, but they can still get it off. Link, duel, swap goes down, but it's not going to be enough. The winner is the Legion Commander. Dapple doing a decent amount of work here. Doom also out making sure that he can have an impact, but now the Force Prophet cancels the lasso immediately. And still gonna have Ninja Boogie here, tracking him down on the Doom with a right click here, and also gonna get Derp out of position there.
Dire's middle
Still get 3
tower is under
heroes here, bring down the Legion Command with all this AoE and all this focus, but still a dual victory.
Radiant's
Players
bottom
being
tower
pushed out
is
heavily
under
still
attack.
by the Broodmother. This a win for Towering, or is this the silver lining for Rave here? Enough of a silver lining, I should say.
No, I think it's definitely still winning. Like, no, then I think for Rave, it's not even really the tower, it's the fact that you're getting that Ember and slowing down that Blink Dagger. Or rather,
Oh,
the,
it's gonna get
Battle
Yamate
Fury.
too. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I was the harbinger.
Track him down, happy with the rotation. Being able to provide a bit of extra damage here. Ryo obviously with that thing able to keep up. Yeah, just like
Ow.
no. Might be able to take a tier 2 over that, just straight up.
Minus
There's
Vlad's
no Doom, there's-
Under
BKB.
attack.
That's quite the Brood build.
It is indeed.
It's even going to be a Lincoln Sphere for the OD too.
Oh no.
I like that. Ultra secure.
I mean, Doom has been dooming the OD every single time, just making sure that there's no imprisonments, no defensive stuff, no Eclipse, no extra orb attacks coming out. So that's a big amount of damage coming from that, because Legion Commander, as good as that hero can be, it's all single target. Whereas OD, sure, it's all single target, but it's rather hefty single target damage from the Arcane Orb. And then that's leading to a big Eclipse, so we want to make sure the OD can get to the point, so picking up a Link Sphere, good decision on my book, but... Well, top lane Jo might be in trouble, they're grouping up. Need to
Just
find the
pop
jump.
This blade mail. I don't know if like they're coming. Off the next melee, looks like they want to smoke or something here. They're all grouping up down bottom, and Roshan, he's not quite there yet. It's a later spawn. Be lucky enough.
So we'll be able
Dire's top
to
tower is under
at least
attack.
dodge any aggression the tower was trying to mount. So push out the bottom lane. There's still tier 2 left remaining. They can pressure here about half health. Should be an easy kill if they get on top of it. Towering, what do they do now? They just continue the head-on engagements, trying to outlast with the Doom, who is getting quite tanky right now.
Yeah, there's a couple ways these fights can go down. We've only really seen the Rave initiation, I think. I don't think we've actually seen, like, Towering start a fight. Now, that's not too surprising considering the state of the game they are down, but that's something that if they can actually get that good lasso off, you know, and
Radiant's
snag up
bottom
one of these
tower
heroes,
is under attack.
that if they can draw in the side of Rave, then that's, I think, more of a fight that's beneficial to them. Like, Sionix maybe on the sidelines, now using his Battle Fury, possibly able to snipe out a couple quick slights before, like, rather than trying to chase same time and use your slights, it's much harder, as opposed to like the counter where like they're coming into you and you're just juking and jiving, and a couple of broodlings will help them out. I don't know, these fights are going to change a lot with like Dragonlance and yeah, the Battle Fury now up, but Sean, he's about to come here. They found some spiders. Do they know? Do they actually know? Spiders were, I think the spiders were running into them. I think they might know they're standing there.
It's a hard thing to find
I
out
mean, they
though.
pinged.
Well, Yamate, he's flying over. Now they gotta find Ryo though, with everything but the Force Promise there just in time. He's still at the Doom. He's can't really fight. Jo caught with a bit of disable here towards the throat of the door. He'll be the first one to fall. The Doom falls as well with the amazing dab from the high ground. Now the cast catches the Phoenix will not bounce. Just out of range on Ling as Rabbi shows off his shiny new BKB. Now he's going in a little bit too deep maybe. I mean, he's still dusted up. He's gonna right leg down, maybe not.
Oh,
Ryo
Ryo's
coming back with
backball.
a blink. He's looking for the right clicks here at Prism and Yamate. Now he's 25 extra intelligence. He can drop that ultimate at any point in time. Maybe on Sionix here who's trying to fight. Trying to track down Ninja Boogie here, but he remnants out. Link is still there. Another Prism from the high ground. It's a very odd fight. 2 for 2 trade. They will end up tracking down Yamate. Just drops the hammer. Doesn't want to deal with anything. And that's a gem on the deck too. Ninja Boogie. That one up, so overall, even though he loses Jo straight off the bat, great saving there from Ninja Boogie, keeping Ryo alive despite the Doom, despite the lasso. Yeah, some the team fight, and then some another rush out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they wanted the Doom or if they wanted the Lasso. Like, they both blinked on top of, like, the exact same moment. I think they knew about the Lincolns, but maybe they had. Either way, the Fire is clearly the biggest maker in that fight. Just the way that he can just reinitiate with the Blink Dagger is pretty huge. He just comes back in and wrecks face. Now, stacking that Aegis on top of him, he's even more unkillable. Should be able to clean up this last tower with total ease, if not start plotting their little plan for the high ground. Try to cut down Psionics, you know. He's got the haste rune, he's farming up pretty fast up here, split pushing at the same time. Still in the game here for Towering, and their high ground defense is also pretty good, the Enchantress and Psionics.
Still, I mean, but when it comes to taking team fights, it goes back to craft, right? What you were talking about, not laying out this this Oracle. Every single time the Towering is using, oh god, almost got the imprisonment off there. Now I'm gonna take blink out. He's dropped some fire, so these creeps will burn. He's just no fear. Of course, with the Ace versus the Lincolns, I feel rather comfortable going high ground like that. But yeah, I mean, this Oracle has always been in position to drop the false promise on whoever gets lassoed, whoever gets doomed, and it's especially effective if it's the same target as it was in that last fight.
Top tower is under attack.
Jo didn't find so many dual wins recently, so starting to fall behind, maybe behind the curve a little bit.
Yeah, he's chilling on that BKB in just a moment. Obviously going to make his duels much more successful. Just with the general stuns that have been coming out, the swap will still be there, and you know, to move either him or the opponent, but it does mean he can also duel the Enchantress. Huge.
Level 2 swap as well from Ice, who's still desperately trying to finish up the Urn of Shadows by the looks of it. It's a poor vengeful spirit.
That's a rough life right there. That's
yeah.
what that is. Damn.
30-minute Urn of Shadows, hashtag the dream.
Is that a new record?
I don't know.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh man.
When do they want
with
to
the 4-staff
apply
now,
pressure? So. Probably the BKB. Would be the big timing for them. Like, it's time to go. You have the Aegis, BKB up and ready. And group up as 5 and go. It looks like they might be plotting a smoke here. Try and cast someone out first. That will be the plan. Man, that headdress has been on that courier forever.
Really?
And Ninja Boogie, he's getting close to the mech, but damn.
Well, also, Oracle, kind of rich. Not as rich. I mean, he's got the Evil Lens, which is obviously the more impactful item, I want to say. Actually, it's arguable. At least when it comes to the Oracle's effectiveness, just being able to get these false promises off, not exposing itself to be the ones initiated upon. But now, the smoke might find Icy if they want to get that easy duel. He's already up on the high ground. We're safe with him. Instead, Rave will just have to push out the middle lane. Top lane's being pushed out heavily by the raiding creep wave. Bottom lane also not quite close enough to really put on pressure on both lanes at the same time. So do Rave commit here, or
it looks like
do they just slow siege?
Making their case, they're like, yeah, we know the Ember's back, we're still going. They want to force something really disadvantageous and just leave Rior by himself. Like, he has Lincoln, he has Aegis. Him to do some sort of a bad play on him, it seems. But the Enchantress, look at the difference. Like, without the Enchantress, you don't have this kind of an option, but with her, she just sits there, lobs these, and it's harder for them to actually apply the pressure on the tower, but the heals from the Oracle should be enough here, thanks to Ninja Boogie. His mech is still very close. I'd like to see the courier come with that shortly, because that could be the determiner.
I like how they use these spider links to get the high ground vision and maybe try and bait on towering a little bit, but I feel like with the way Rave's playing right now, it's like some missed opportunities, because that's the second wave now that they let pass on the top lane. It's kind of a skip and a jump away, so you could have creep wave, making sure the top lane's pushing in as well, together with Warren, bringing on pressure on both sides of the map, making sure that to keep Tar on the toes. But now Jo didn't actually pop the BKB, now he just gets less of the way, so much damage coming his way. The duel will not be giving over any damage, but Grabby needs trade, didn't be forced to pop the false promise on himself just to stay alive. Now it's Taring's turn. Gets the chase going here. So nice little cast here. Might just die to the ultimate, and he will. Riot still alive. It's just defensive rhythm. Derp, not so much. There's a little blink out there, and Jay being blocked by some creeps. Has his own blink though. Stay for Yamate. They should be able to track down this OD. That'll build the Aegis. Should be able to blink another time after that comes up. There it is.
Yeah, they don't have
Blink
mana
right after
either.
that. Okay, no mind. Yeah, no man. Tier 1 still standing. Oh god, they might find Rappy instead. He hasn't done that though. He's still alive. That flaming sword, man. That infernal blade or whatever it's called. So much work actually. HP base,
Radiant's
percentage based
bottom
HP
tower
damage.
is under attack.
Pretty damn good. Yeah, during all of that, Ember Spirit's army now has a bit of a damage item there with the crystals.
Alright, well, so what happened in that fight? We had the big BKB, kind of a serious issue, you know, gotta get that off for jail, gotta get the jail from that Firefly. And Ninja Boogie, like, or rather Rior, like, that Doom was huge. That's one of those things about Doom that I think kind of got lost when he was left out of the meadow, right? Now that he's back in, pretty huge up against the Aegis, and OD is one of these heroes that lately a lot of teams rely on him for this big high ground push, and they always want the Aegis on top of him so they can just be like this. Okay, they got the lasso up on top of the Oracle, Ninja Boogie. Much chance of living here. But anyway, the way that they can just doom him, take him out of the fight, and make that Aegis useless, right?
Yep.
As long as you can do that, then they're all set, and that was the big idea behind the Lincoln Sphere, but I think they must have used the enchant, I'm gonna guess. Try and pop it first, because they were able to use Lasso and Doom successfully that fight, which is a pretty big deal.
Yep. That's gonna be what it comes down to, making sure to be able to get your ultimates off, popping that Lincolns first. There's a bit of extra execution you have to nail if you want to win these team fights. It's a bit harder for Towering to pull it off, but so far they've been able to do it. Same time, if you don't have the blink deck is going to be on cooldown, perhaps some strike clicks or stuff like that, or some fire on the ground or whatever. So Ryra is not going to be able to rely on that all the time to immediately blink out. So unless you have something like that, some sort of escape to get the hell out of trouble once the Lincolns is popped, Towering will always be in a position to follow up on that Lincoln's pop, making it less useful than you might think.
Yeah, now with the BKB, it does mean he's committed so much into items that the lead that they have, although obviously you're winning and these items are great, but it's not quite as scary as, you know, those super stacked items. Like, look at the Ember Spirit, that Daedalus and that item that can just win you an entire high ground defense. You know, yeah, you gotta roll the dice a little bit, but it comes out in your favor. Suddenly you're just like shredding through half their HP. It's like a little bit of panic maybe on the side of Rave, and mech will certainly be helpful. Out from Noogie, but you might be thinking they need some kind of group armor here, and it does look like that'll be provided by Rappy here, who has gone for the Deso, but now he's going back towards that AC.
That tier is so oddly stacked right now. It was just an imprisonment on the creep, but yeah, this Broodmother, for that a bit, because obviously Rappy didn't have the best lane, died a couple of times, but then just bounced back with the jungle and stuff like that, as you would expect the Broodmother still known to be, and with the Midas going as well, he's been able to find himself, not just the Vlad, but also the BKB and the Desolator, a Hyperstone going into the sea now, 1400 gold in the bank. How much is this gold advantage on Rappy going to matter compared to the extra gold that maybe Doom has, if he had that kind of net worth?
I think it's just, theoretically, I think that much gold would probably be better on a Doom, but the way that Jo as well as Ninja Boogie and Derp have moved around the map, they've actually been the ones who've been mostly like aggressing the jungle, right? Like grouping up as 3, going into these high pressure points, trying to catch the big duel into the death ward or something like that, and relatively, like, Rappy's kind of just farming up his own jungle. Like, he's had some nets here in a while, or rather webs, I should say, and going through the lanes, and he hasn't been as busy and as active and kind of annoying as most Broodmothers are, which means that he hasn't died as much. And even though they have the Ember Spirit, they have the Doom, they have the Bat Rider, he's only died 3 times, which is pretty impressive, frankly. So getting this big gold advantage for him, although it's not as nice as like a Doom who would have like a Shiva's, and he's already got the Blink and the BKB, so I'd be like more scared of 6k more on a Doom, just because of the nature of the hero. The Rappy's also absolutely terrifying right now.
Right. Raya, not getting caught by these Searing Chains, but Is your one still standing here, towering, not willing to commit too heavily to the end instead? Just trying to farm up more, so what are kind of items that they're looking for right now? I mean, you mentioned the Shivas maybe for the Doom, maybe an extra damage item on the Ember Spirit, another Daedalus maybe?
Yeah, it's I mean, you've only taken one tower. Is Rapier like totally out of the conversation? I don't really know. There's always the risk that you just get immediately dueled, and Jao's even going into that Shadow Blade for the extra chance. There's the last mid on Rior.
Well, we'll catch him back. No false promises this time around. He pops the BKB, he's just trying to dodge some damage. Hey, he's just gonna right-click down almost here. Still stays alive, but he needs some serious healing if he wants to stay there. I mean, look at this damage coming out too. Swap back on the NJ, making sure that he stays alive too. And now Sionix coming in. Dodges that for dodges that Fortune's End. Rappy though. Look at the enchantments. It's out of mana now, so he can't continue this, but look, everyone inside the Rave so low. They didn't manage to bring down. Now Sionix coming in with Steering Chains. Dips out immediately. NJ with the follow-up, maybe didn't get the memo, but look at Jo barely able to win that duel. Yamate now caught a couple of right clicks here, but Fire. There's so much extra burst comes out with the Ember Spirit returning.
Oh my god,
5 for 2 trade.
Did almost 6,000 damage that fight from the Ember Spirit. That was insane. 80% of their damage.
Oh my god.
The rest of it coming from Enchantress. Cool. And the dual blade mails coming out from the Doom and the Legion Commander. They kind of suicide into each other. Oh, they are just right back in this though. And that fight started out pretty poorly for Tearing, honestly. Like, that was the last second, basically RNG, the fact that they got that ultimate off from the Oracle. Like, you're talking, what, it must have been 80 HP left on the OD when they got back inside range. That's just the difference between a right clicks or a couple of units difference between the lances, so...
Yeah.
I'd call it pretty fortunate that they were able to survive that long of a fight, but it ends up being a giant win for them. Oh man, 4,700 gold on top of your Ember Sphere. Now he can go in for something like the Lincoln Sphere if he wants, which I think would probably be the build. I don't know if he's showing that he needs damage right now.
But more defensive capability, and of course the Ember Spirit he does have what I was talking about earlier in regards to the OD. He does have that instant jump out once Lincoln's gets popped, so he can do whatever he wants if he goes for the Lincoln Sphere. He can split push, he can like dive tier 3s if he wants to.
He wants the big item though.
Yeah,
the big
just
bad
wants to stay
boy.
in the fight. Yeah, just wants to stay in the fights. I mean, yeah, if you really think about it, where's the physical damage for Rave? There's a bit from the Broodmother. There's a bit from Legion Commander, but this LCE hasn't found a lot of duels recently, so still sitting at 80 for minutes in. It's not what you need out of the one position. And then Rior, this OD, if you keep dooming him, he can't get the arcane orbs out. And obviously with the BKB, it's not gonna hit you either.
Shadow Blade though, it's kind of questionable.
Yeah, it's not.
Like they have the gem right on day, so and they know it's a Bat Rider with the gem, so it's a little bit icy in that sense. And look at it right now. See if
he gets Sionix here. He gets sidelines will show himself now, blinks on top of ice instead. Get that easy dual win, but now step one on the outside, just making sure to get a lot of steps onto NJ, but now Sionix is back here. Target for the Death Ward here, might have to jump out. BKB timing a little bit wasty as Rappy pops his ultimate, keeping himself alive on top of that. Yamate coming in a little bit too late, target to the party here. Got some fire inside the trays. Now, yeah, just gonna get right clicked down by the Broodmother. Whenever you've seen that. All of a sudden, just like last game, they take a beautiful team fight, but then they just die one by one here, more or less. I mean,
yeah, that was kind of a weird fight. There were just like 1,000 BKBs popped at once. The duel was nice. On top of the Vengeful Spirit means that she can't disrupt anything. And the way that fight, like where it's taking place, it's so difficult for the Enchantress to have the same effect as right here in this mid lane, right? Like there's no coming around the sides, there's no way to focus her. She was just kind of safely, it was almost like a high ground defense, just lobbing these lances over. And you just don't have that in that sort of a scenario. You don't have the full vision coming out. Like that was all under a ward last time as well, which was pretty huge. So it was super advantageous in the mid when they won that fight, and can't afford to take anything that is disadvantageous. And I kind of understand how you get trapped in that position. The smoke past their ward by Roche.
Yep. False sense of security. You don't blame your supports.
No.
GG well played. Was no, that's just smokes. That's just game sense. Now Rave, they were able to take the Roshan on the back of that too, so that extra objective coming the way, the Towering also wasn't able to grab after the victory. Take a look at the graphs and yeah, look at it.
They have a
Fight
DD.
from Towering brought it back to even when it comes to gold, but now back to 5k in favor of Rave. Just like that, similar kind of story with the experience. Not insurmountable by any means. I mean, you were talking about high ground defense for Towering, they still have all of that available.
Yeah, the scythe is gonna be the issue. The BKB probably gonna be paying off here for Sionex. The only problem is obviously you only have it for 9 seconds, and although that's really long, it's just so much stuff to disable on the other side. See if this DD room's enough to hold him back and get that
Link
good play.
duel, they're gonna get Link, gonna first him down immediately. BKB spot every which way. NJ next on the list, nice with that one. Buyback on a mental spirit here, but now Sionex just got one-sided fist off. That one will be repaired by the mechanism, and Rave already got what
Got
came
the
off.
blink.
Got the tier 3, they got a couple of kills. Yeah, you don't want to commit further up into the DD Ember Spirit by the looks of it, but yeah, I mean, I guess if you win the fight before Ember Spirit can start chipping away at you with these light fists, it looks a bit different. And now, push up the racks,
the scythe.
Link hacked onto Ember, then big kill, swap out, not gonna be able to save him. Now he still has buyback, but still. They're just bleeding here left, right, and center with all the bursts coming out from Rave. They will
They're
catch.
going for it. They
They will catch Ventral Spirits too, but they have to come out with this kind of play here. Spylink's not gonna provide enough leave. Nice little lasso, but Prism is there. Still drags him all the way back here at the end of that. Rappy might still end up dying, maybe not with the force off, with the pulse promise, keeping him alive. The cask. Well, the cask Blink dodge jab on Sionex. Now another Blink, another hack. Right click from there, there's the duel, and that is the win right here. That's a dieback on the Ember Spirit J. Well, he will fall to the impetus.
KO just like dies.
Ryer, well, takes quite a bit of damage from NJ, but now pops BKB again, turns it around. Another imprisonment. Fight is still going on. Buyback of jail. They want to end this right here, right now. They want to punch and take it into the next round in this lower bracket. And they should be able to do that as well. The champion is pretty damn good, a lot of damage is same on Jay, but it's going to be enough. Imprisonment, right clicks are there. Right, hurting himself pretty heavily in the bed, but doesn't end up mattering. Rave in game number 2. Best of 3 series up against Towering and knocked him out Epicenter qualifiers.
Damn, that was closer. Towering, you know, I'm impressed. They held it together a lot better, but Rave, man, they're back in the winning side of things. Little bit lump, so sure they'll be very pleased about that. Definitely one of these teams people are expecting a lot out of. Just